I'm Spencer.
The day is...
Oh.
Here, I'll do it.
Okay.
WCW Nitro versus Raw.
The day is April 21st, 1997.
I'm JD.
I'm Spencer.
And this is
The Heel
Heel Turn. Someone's under the weather. Someone's over the weather, but we're about to talk about wrestling. Let's start things off. We got WCW Nitro coming out of Saginaw, Michigan. I was like, what's MI? Mission Impossible. To start off, we have an opening match with
Tom Cruise.
Tom Cruise versus Henry Cavill. for the heavyweight, yeah. For the heavyweight, we got Yuji Nagata versus good old favorite divorcee Dean Malenko.
It's for the U.S. Championship, right?
Yeah, he's looking for Michelle too, because they were supposed to meet up for coffee and discuss the whatever. So. Interesting match, to be honest with you. I don't know if I really like the blending of these two people. There's some weird moves by Yuji with a weird sort of jump kick that he misses.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, all right.
Or a bad kick.
Get it back together. From there, we have a cameraman that is fetishizing Reggie White and staring at him for probably...
Wouldn't you?
I've met Reggie White.
Oh, right.
So, we go way back. It's when I was like... 10 years old, 9. That sounds awful. But yeah, Reggie White was being stared at for a very long time. We get Dean Malenko sliding into his own DMs with a Texas Cloverleaf for the submission. And that's your match. I give that 0 out of 5.
Next week. Oh, are you rating every match now?
No. Because this would be 0 out of 5.
Cyclope versus Glacier. Just absolutely, Cyclope was crushed.
He legitimately got a sidekick to his face. I believe.
You believe it's real?
Yeah.
I believe wrestling is fake.
He had to like force his head. Like he kicked him. He's like, yeah. And I was
it was a mean looking kick. There's no doubt about that.
There was some form of contact, whether it was really, really bad.
But was it a kick or was it an aggressive face lift? like you could punch somebody, but just like hit them and then go like that and like push their face.
Oh, so you're saying Glacier held back? I don't think Glacier knows how to.
You're not
like, I'm in the ring on the chair.
Enough credit to Glacier.
They spent $500,000 on me every time I come to the ring, or however much it is.
Well, luckily, if you wanted more Glacier, you got it, because he had another match right after with
Mortis and the other guy.
I think it was supposed to be the other guy, the big guy. He's come out. Let's do another match. Let's go. And then Mortis attacks him from behind. The guy does a rock bottom, and then they torture Glacier with the helmet.
Yeah, they scar him. They gotta get that eye, so it looks like Mortal Kombat.
Mortal Kombat 3, you said, right?
Mortal Kombat 3's
which 97. Is that time frame accurate?
It's when Mortal Kombat's popular.
Okay.
Because
had 3 been out? It had, right?
I believe so, or at least 2. Yeah, 3 had to have been out.
Because it was saying if 3 hadn't been out, then they were in talks with them.
Right.
What does Sub-Zero look like now?
Right, Scar's ass. All right. Yeah. So yeah, we get into a match for what Blood Runs Cold is their shitty ass fucking tagline. this 3-way that they have going on. Whatever. We have a quick promo from Nick Patrick. As you know, that's the ref that used to be with NWO. He comes to I think it's the announce table.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, take me back.
Yeah.
It's really good. Dean Malenko better take some notes on how you handle or prevent a divorce, because that's how you do.
Yeah, he was good.
If Dean ever sees this, I apologize, but I love you on AEW. You're great. Anyway, next we get Bobby Eaton versus Ultimate Dragon. Bobby Eaton, I heard, is one of the nicest guys in the world.
Oh yeah, he sells for everybody.
And I heard you'll have a easy day with Bobby Eaton wrestling you.
True dat for Ultimate Dragon.
Too bad I hate this fucking match. It's a very simple match. You got Sonny Ono interfering most of the match anyway. There's not really too much the Ultimate Dragon's doing that's out of the ordinary. It was pretty quick pin. Or no, not pin, submission. And that's it.
Lord Steven Regal says in the next pay-per-view he will fight for the TV championship. And he calls everybody xenophobic toads.
Yeah, he's fighting Ultimate Dragon. So, I guess we'll see how that goes.
And then we get Mang versus Chris Jericho. Boy, how this will switch later. Mang just beats the shit out of him. Wins with a weird choke. Then the Dungeon of Doom comes out. Kevin Sullivan talks about karma again. And Nancy didn't left me. I left her. I let her go.
Yeah. Jackie looks awful in this segment.
See,
I don't know why she came out, man.
See, the two of us have differing opinions on what a woman should look like.
Dude, she was wearing a tarp. That was pretty much like covering the front of her, and I'm like, dude, you shouldn't have came out with that. And you look like a nightmare.
She looked like $1 million.
Ugh.
All spent, right?
All spent.
Here.
Yeah, spent is the right word.
Mang will face Chris Benoit.
Another Chris.
And they seem to argue about it.
Yeah, and he's like, don't do it. And then,
I don't know why. They don't seem to have a problem. I think they already had some fights.
It's Nitro storytelling. Written by one of the guys that keeps coming to the stage and burying people, so what are you gonna expect? Next match is the worst match ever. Public Enemy versus the Steiners? Question mark. This actually isn't really a match. I think they're just backstage.
Yeah, Steiners never show up. They're attacked backstage by Conan and Hugh Morris.
Yes, the other part of the Dungeon of Doom, who wasn't in the previous segment, by the way. They get to the ring eventually.
And they're the hometown heroes because they're Michigan.
Oh, that's right. Their family wasn't there on that one.
What were they?
Weren't they in Michigan for like 2 weeks?
Oh, maybe.
Yeah, they're just chilling up in Michigan. Looking like they're from... No. So we get Grunge and Rick, and Steiners are, for the most part, very dominant. I didn't get my pump, which sucks. Yeah! But the Dungeon Dude comes back, interferes again. It's a DQ. Pop Steiner's here. Yeah, because he attacks one of the Dungeon of Doom. It's weird, because Public Enemy and the Steiners team up against the Dungeon of Doom, and I could have sworn there was some legitimate... Like, they didn't like each other, the Steiners and Public Enemy. Weren't they working an angle where they didn't like each other? And they're like, yeah, man, let's take these guys out. The fuck?
I don't think so.
Regardless.
How could you not like Public Enemy?
I think it's very easy.
Remember the ham thing?
Right? Hey, it's like they're calling each other. Hey, man, where you at? I'm over here! Yeah, whatever.
The new chairman of Executive Committee, that's quite a job title. J.J. Dillon shows up. He addresses Nick Patrick petitioning for reinstatement. Up for discussion. All right, that's what I like from my promo segments. Bureaucracy.
Politics.
The paperwork is in the mail. Bischoff has no authority. All the contracts he made are binding except for two. Big Bubba and M. Wall Street, the two most important NWO members.
The guys that keep getting beat up backstage.
Yeah. Beat up backstage before they can show up for the
has
matches.
anyone even seen Wall Street?
He walked out the other day.
Yeah.
Like weeks ago.
They're still talking about him. He's like, I put wrestling behind me.
Yeah.
And they're still talking about it in storylines.
They're just milking it for all the money they can. Anybody who happens to care about M. Wall Street and doesn't want to just go see him at the Sears.
Not in this household. Jeez.
Eric shows up in the middle of this, and he says, "Bite me."
Like 5 times.
A lot. That's a new catchphrase.
That's his fetish.
Eric made something number one. WCW. It's like UCLA.
UCLA.
What did he do for UCLA? It's mind-boggling what Eric has accomplished. But he's betrayed everyone's trust, and to that he says, again, bite me. Nobody will fill Bischoff's shoes.
And JJ is apparently mad, I guess. As a corporate executive chairman to the whatever association.
Executive committee.
Yeah, sure. Oh, God. Fuck that.
God, talk about like a bloated organization.
Yeah.
Chairman of executive committee. Do you ever look at job titles even at your own work and you're like, what are we doing?
Yes. I mean, like, they start off pretty normal.
Yeah.
Just go like...
Claims processor.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. And then you go to
Claims
manager. You're like, okay, cool. No, manager of claims operations.
Yeah.
And then it goes up and it's director of claims operations. You're like, okay, that's pretty simple. And then above director, executive vice president of one of the levels of claims.
Yeah.
Of like 5. And then higher than that goes... Oh no, lateral to director is claims experience. And that's just talking about a process with it. It's fucking weird. Hey, corporate America, get your shit together.
Yeah.
You know who's got their shit together?
Who?
Jeff Jarrett versus Scotty Riggs.
Scotty Riggs?
I like Scotty Riggs. I like him coming out to American males.
I like his song.
Yeah, he gets whooped. Mongo comes out. Just as he's coming out, Reggie comes out because he's just looking for an excuse. Let's just put it that way. He's just like, yeah, what the fuck? And then they're both out there. And Reggie stops Mongo from going to the ring. JJ wins via submission and takes home the belts. That Scotty Riggs had. Sure.
NWO comes out at 6. He's taking on Rey Mysterio. Nash is with him.
Yeah.
Ref breaks up constantly cheating 6. Ray does a Hurricane Rana but couldn't hook 6's legs because 6 is just too damn tall, which is the only time that will ever be applicable.
Only time.
There's a front flip. Nash.
Do you want me to take this one?
Manhandled. Ray.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That was the slam that you went back on.
Yeah. Jesus. They distracted the ref, and Nash picked up Ray for the... I don't know if I've ever seen a more devastating powerbomb in my life. It was like The Last Ride, but like 50 times worse.
He could have went through the ring.
Yeah. Oh my God.
So, to get perspective... Alright, ref's distracted. Ray is like, yeah, and then he gets grabbed by Kevin Nash, and he just scoops, like Haagen-Dazs, scoops him up.
Yeah.
And then he's getting ready to throw him down. Mid-dropping him down, he's already walking away.
Yeah.
And Ray's like, shit! And it's like pure neck. Like, I guess he took it well, but when you realize how non-committal yet forceful that smash was,
Yeah.
like, dude, is Ray okay? Seriously, he, like, Nash is what, 6'7"?
I think he's 7 foot.
No, 7? He's high. He's high up there.
He's very tall.
Yeah, and Ray's not tall enough to ride that ride.
No.
Very clearly gets dropped, and then, you know, oh, better get out of the ring. And then he hits the ground. By the time Nash actually touches the rope,
Yeah.
that's when Ray hits the ground.
Dude,
So,
that was awesome.
very powerful.
And
What a
then
man.
6 wins with the chicken wing. Ray's taken out on a stretcher, and 6 says, "Bite me." Guess he's going to the same
Yeah.
promo school as Eric Bischoff.
Yeah, it's weird too because when that match was over, they had they called medical out there, and I think JJ Dillon was out there, wasn't he?
Yeah.
And then, which is never happens. And then when they're trying to take care of him, 6 is like stomping on him and stuff.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, fuck you, the match is still on. And then Nash comes in there, and for whatever reason, it seems like Nash is just pissed or something. It's like, stay off my boy! And it's like, dude, fucking chill.
Yeah,
right?
the match is over.
Match is over,
You
man.
haven't won.
Get the fuck out of him! Weird as shit, man. We get a Hulk Hogan movie promo. That's the one where he's out by the water, right?
Yeah.
He's wearing NWO shirts. He's like, produced by the NWO.
feel like the less said about this, the better.
Oh man, we gotta watch them all though. We gotta find a way to watch them all. We'll rate them. Oh. NWO Productions presents Ego Trip.
They can't be good.
They can't be, because you never heard about them, right? It's like not even that. The what was that the one with John Claude?
Yeah, whatever they're talking.
Double Team.
And Dennis Rodman.
Yeah, it was like Double Team, or something like that.
Heard of that.
Like,
but I haven't heard a lot of those action movies, so you're the better.
Well, when you grow up in Wisconsin around this time frame, there's nothing else to do except either A, go to the movies, or that's all I was doing, building Legos and going to movies. Saw Phantom Menace in theaters. Yay.
Didn't we all?
Fell asleep. Anyway.
You fell asleep the first time?
Dude, are you kidding me? Yes, I did.
I never fell asleep during that movie.
Dude, I fell asleep towards the middle end. Shut up. Get out.
When I was a kid, I was stupid.
I was stupid. No, I fell asleep. I was like, I don't care about these weird looking aliens I've never seen before. Who fucking cares? Why are they underwater? That's all it was. Anyway, NWO comes to the stage, all of them. Six comes out, looks like he does a little bit of a shooting from the hip.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorta. Calls Flair a ripoff. That's pretty powerful.
Banana nose.
Banana. What's that mean? It just comes out like that.
It's a way to racially assault white people, I guess.
Or he's just saying your nose looks like an erect penis. Either way. Kevin Nash says Roddy should be in a coma. One more firing of his synapses will do it. And then, of course, they mention the potholes. Specifically that they have paved the road, but they left all these potholes, and it's up to NWO to fill them up. Because y'all can't do a good job.
That's right.
Because you suck. Yeah, and then outside of that, he says you gotta beat some respect out of me.
Well, and I would say not necessarily because they sucked. In a way, because they sucked, but because they were greedy.
Because they're greedy.
Yeah.
Well, I think they both suck as wrestlers, if I'm being honest. I mean, today's wrestlers are leaps and bounds performance-wise over just about everyone here.
Yeah,
but man, I can't watch these wrestling.
They had to learn from these guys.
Don't do this. Don't do these.
You know.
His own daughter doesn't do that. That should tell you something. No, Dad, that's a fucking lame thing. And I'm not going to woo as loud as you either. Honey. Like, bye, Dad.
Okay, but we were at a SmackDown show. Yeah. Literally, at the taping.
Yeah.
And that's the number one thing I heard in that crowd. It's people wooing.
You know,
something.
The number one thing I heard?
What?
The big dog! Darn it! Darn it!
Just ads for that all like 5
No, I heard Goldberg louder than
Goldberg. I heard a lot too.
Yeah,
but I mean, he's literally there.
Yeah, he was literally there. Well, no, I'm not saying that it's not over. She does woo, but she doesn't do half the shit that her dad did. She's just like, I'm not using half this stuff. I don't need to do any fucking stupid ass jabs and. Yeah, freaking clap your chest. Well, yeah. She does, but not nearly as much as he does. He's known for that weak shit now because his body stopped working. He's like, I got a good 20 more years in me. No, put it down.
None.
Whatever. Anyway, yeah, Kevin Nash beat some respect out of me, and then kind of ends at that point. They get out of the ring.
We get Psychosis versus DDP. DDP hits the diamond cutter from the turnbuckle.
Okay.
Diamond cutter. Macho Man says, "Feel the madness." He's standing up at his.
He's still in crutches though.
Yeah, in crutches. He's in his crown.
Brother.
Kimberly, you should feel the madness too. And he's always hitting on Kimberly for some reason.
She's cute.
DDP says he didn't bring his running shoes. He's got his wrestling shoes. I believe he calls him a pussy.
Pretty much. Yeah.
I think he actually called him a pussy. I wrote down pussy, so.
Well, maybe that's just your thoughts on the matter. What a pussy. Yeah. Either way, he pretty much says, get in the fucking ring. Macho Man, brothers, all the way out of the arena. That was his only showing. Yeah. Whatever. We get Ric Flair Roddy Piper and Kevin Green. I fucking hate watching Kevin Green. I gotta be honest with you. Come out.
Well, he's green.
He is green. They all lay down and they say, fill in the potholes. And they're like, oh, where are the potholes? Blah, blah, blah. NWO comes out. They fight. That's the end of that segment. And the show.
Yeah, the show ends when they're all ready to actually have a fight. It's like, instead of showing the main event, why don't you just show the prelude to the main event?
And then cut them off.
And then stop showing anything.
Yeah, man. You're denying them their orgasms. Anyway, moving on to Raw.
It was orgasmless.
Raw or Nitro? Because Nitro, yes. Raw, we'll see. Starting off, we got Austin with Vince McMahon. Vince McMahon interviewing Austin. This will be gone by the end of this year.
Yeah.
Where he's acting like this, where he's like, yeah, what do you think? And it'll be, Austin! It was me all along! You'll get that.
Yeah.
Austin cuts off Vince and just says, shut your hole! He says, I'm mad. And then Bret Hart comes in on a Jumbotron.
Well, it should be noted, too, that it's Austin versus Taker at the next pay-per-view.
Yay.
For the title.
Can't wait.
Because he deserves it.
I guess. Whatever. Coronavirus.
Bless you.
Thank you. So then, Bret Hart comes on, states how he hates Americans. He always mentions two things. Core values, or family values, and I hate you, I think. So I could have sworn I had two, and I was just like, what the fuck? Every fucking time. We get to our main event. Sultan versus Ahmed.
Okay. Ahmed hits the scissor kick. I wrote here, Ahmed has bad punches. Because, also my pen was running out of ink.
Oh, jeez.
That's okay, though. Sultan hits a pile driver. That's how you know that Sultan's the real bad guy. Ahmed goes for his finish, which is the Pearl River Plunge.
Mm-hmm. But
the Nation distracts. And then Sultan attacks. Wow, I'm rhyming. Ahmed then attacks Sultan with a 2x4. It's his trusty weapon.
Mm-hmm.
Threatens the Nation. And then he just keeps beating down the Sultan. And the refs have to try to pull him off.
Yeah. DQ finish.
There you go.
I also want to point out, Vince says, sort of at the start of this, that Ahmed Johnson galvanized Africa better than Nelson Mandela. What the fuck? He couldn't even remember the word apartheid. Apartheid.
Let's not... Yeah.
Yeah. And the other thing is there were apparently USA chants in here.
During that match?
During that match. Both parties are from USA, just want to find. But hey, no one knows that, right? Who cares? Fuck it. I think, oh yeah, and then he chokes him or something, right? I don't remember what happens after that. He just chokes him and then, alright, next match!
Yeah. And then Stone Cold attacks Hart.
He attacks his door.
Door. That's what that word is. Hart's door. Bret will fight when he's ready.
Yeah. Have some respect.
Yeah.
Come on. You gotta have respect and family values.
Yeah.
When you wrestle.
I kind of like that. Just having Bret behind the door, and he's just like, I'm not going out there.
He's telling other people. He's like, hey, go tell him to calm down. I don't want to be part of this shit. We jump over to Ken Shamrock. Well, wait, he's on the what's it called? And we have a quick interview of Vader. He's arrested.
Oh my god. If there's two things you need to know from this episode, it's that Stone Cold Steve Austin hates Bret Hart a lot, and Vader was arrested.
Yeah.
They will tell you this every 5 minutes.
Yeah. And then it goes back to Ken Shamrock. And Ken Shamrock's like, yeah, I'll fight anybody. I hate bullies. And then he talks about Mike Tyson for a little bit, I believe.
Yeah.
And he has to bring up his sexual assault charge. For whatever reason. What the fuck, man? What are they doing in wrestling? This is so dumb. Whatever. It's just a quick little stint to show Vader's arrested. And Ken Shamrock is trying to be a baby face. Whatever.
Yeah.
We get to our next match.
Oh, God.
What? Go.
Oh, no. Okay, sorry. I was reading one line ahead. One thing you didn't mention, which I'm also actually kind of glad you didn't, is the Tiger Ali Singh. He won the Kuwait Invitational. He's also really bad.
Oh, yeah, but we have a match before that.
I know.
Oh.
I forgot that they mentioned that. And
I kind of don't even want to talk about that.
I just scanned it, and I was like, oh, that was a match. And I was like, that was a very bad match.
Was that the one you were telling me about?
Yeah.
Before that.
Yeah. Luckily, we have Stone Cold versus Bret Hart in a street fight. Cut to Austin arguing with Vince. Bret enters in his street clothes. But Bulldog and Owen attack Stone Cold from behind, and they triple team him for a little bit.
Yeah.
But an unlikely friend appears.
Yeah, right.
And Shawn Michaels clears the ring with a chair. He's attacking Bulldog. And then it's just Bret and Austin in the ring. Bret beats Austin for a little bit, hits with a pile driver, gets the chair. Bret has a limp, by the way. Austin's leg. He puts Austin's leg in the chair, but Austin moves. And from this point on, it's Austin beating the living shit out of him. Austin hits Hart in the leg with the chair, beats him up. Austin won't let go. Won't let go of the sharpshooter. Austin puts him in the sharpshooter and never lets him out. We go to a commercial break, and Austin has been like thrown off of Bret, and Bret Hart's leg is broken according to the British Bulldog.
Sure.
And Austin is kicked out of the arena by Gorilla Monsoon, and that is it.
And then we have that Tiger and Salvador Sincere match.
Sal Sincere,
whatever. Match starts, and then it immediately goes backstage to Bret Hart. This happens often. He's essentially being carried into the. I actually like this segment. I thought it was pretty funny.
Yes.
So they carry Bret Hart back into the ambulance, and they're like, "All right, man, hey, get him out of here!" And Hart Foundation is like all like they're overly sensitive, like watch the cables and all that shit. It's like, oh my god. So then they get him in the ambulance. Then they close it and they tap on it, and then the other camera shows right at the front. Austin's in there, and he's grabbing one of the ambulance driver. Actually, he's like, "You better not say nothing." And he goes, "I told you I was gonna kill you." He takes off his hat and goes back there and just starts wailing on Bret Hart some more.
Yeah.
It's such a good scene.
That was amazing.
He beats the shit out of him. But then we go back sort of to the match. Tiger wins. I really don't have anything to say about the match. I could care less.
Spinning heel kick, it was sloppy as fuck. This is the worst match of the night.
Yeah. Let's see.
Not worst segment, but worst match.
Worst match. Great segment. Horrible match.
Yeah.
At that point. And then we go over to the next match, which I fucking hate this match too, because we have already seen it. Jesse James versus Rockabilly.
Yeah.
Right? Starts off pretty fast. With Billy pretty much schooling Jesse James for pretty much the whole match. I don't even think he got any offense in.
No.
The whole time. He does his stupid fucking dance, which I will annotate every fucking time. It's the, like he's scratching his back or whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
And you're like, bro, like, you freaking to scrub in the morning or some shit? Like, what the fuck? And then we get a 3 count on Jesse James.
Well, the most important part of this match is that Bulldog and Owen are hunting for Austin. Austin's back in the building.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Can't forget that. And then it cuts to Shawn Michaels and Stone Cold arguing. And Shawn Michaels very clearly says, "I wasn't there to save you. I was there to attack Bret." And then they're like, yeah, because Stone Cold's like, "I didn't need saving. I didn't ask for your help." You know how Stone Cold, when he gets upset, he always does, whatever. And then he's like, "Yeah, I wasn't trying to save you. I was just attacking Bret Hart." It's like, of all times that you decide to come out of the crowd with a chair, there's been plenty of matches. Now of all times, when Stone Cold's getting beat up, you're like, you know what? It was a good time to severely assault a man.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Mankind promo. He does a promo about Paul Bearer. He says Paul Bearer had burning skin, but he never cried. Good for him. Next we get the main event, I guess, but there's something after it. So we get Undertaker versus Triple H. And Undertaker attacks Triple H while he's on the ramp making his grand entrance.
Yeah.
And then he has a stare down with Chyna.
Who's like, I ain't doing shit.
Yeah.
Not against this guy.
This guy's big. This guy's bigger than me. Something she doesn't always say. Undertaker dominates Triple H for a while, but Triple H is able to take advantage of Undertaker's face wound.
Yeah. And it's so funny, the announcement, they're like, ew, gross, when his thing comes off, and I'm like, if he's a dead man, why is he regenerating cells? Why does he even have an injury that he has a bandage on?
Well, he's a dead man, and...
It doesn't make sense. At all. They should have never showed him injured. They should have just been like, oh, the skin melted off his face, and then just have him like that for a little bit. Put some staples in, right? Pretend staples, and be like, oh man, he just put his face back on.
Face just grafted back on.
Makes way more sense.
Triple H puts him in the sleeper, but Taker barely sells it. You can see him just making faces while he's in it.
Yeah.
And then Goldust and Marlena are in the audience, and King says, "It's Terry."
Marlena.
Glad you get that.
Oh man,
obviously she didn't.
That shit was hilarious.
Mankind has a blowtorch, and he's gonna fuck up Undertaker.
I feel like someone might have gotten burned on it.
We'll see. Mankind hits Taker in the face with the blowtorch canister for DQ. But Mankind then tries to light Undertaker's face. He escapes.
Yeah, because he shoves it in his face. But I was like, did he actually grab that blowtorch? Like the actual end.
The thing?
That's what I said. Did someone get burned? Either it was Mankind that got some burn on him, or it had to have been Undertaker. That did not look like it was even well choreographed at all. Someone had to got some heat.
Well, they brawl out of the arena, and then Goldust and Marlena attack Triple H and Chyna. All right. I was kind of hoping that this whole feud was over, but
yeah, but
it's not bad. It's just like it's gone for a while.
Yeah, it's more like, hey, can't we all just learn, accept that we're different people, move on from there? Nope, gotta choke Chyna, and then Goldust has to brawl with Triple H. Whatever.
Left with one little thing. It's called a Stone Cold Steve Austin promo. He sent Hart back to Canada. He did it all by himself, and he says he doesn't need all these fans. He can do it on his own. Now he's going for Owen and British Bulldog. Taker, you better bring the belt, because he's going to take it back. Or he's going, well, for the first time.
Yeah.
He's not going to be a good role model when he's the champion. And then he gets attacked by Owen and Bulldog. And Owen even throws Vince, which I haven't really seen something like that before.
Yay!
He's really the first guy that ever got physical.
No, I think someone before that.
Did someone get physical?
Yeah, I think Bret Hart pushed him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, on the build-up, because it was like one of his first bumps. What the hell?
Okay.
Whatever.
HBK chases him off, but then Brian Pillman attacks Austin with a chair to the back.
Oh no!
And HBK then chases off Pillman. Why don't we just have HBK?
Yeah, versus
everybody.
Survivor Series. Well, I mean, that's been the last, year and a half?
I guess it is.
So, an interesting thing to note is Brian Pillman used to have a tag team with Stone Cold. Yeah. So, I think this is like the first time in a while.
The Hollywood Blondes, right?
Yeah, Hollywood Blondes. That they've come back and then he's attacking them. Or maybe they just said, hey, forget about it. It doesn't exist anymore.
I think they're playing with it. It's like if the people that know it's exciting for them.
Yeah.
What did you think of Raw and Nitro?
Nitro was pretty forgettable, considering I forgot most of it. Raw.
It should be. Should we be transparent?
Yeah, be transparent.
We watched this one 2 weeks ago, the Nitro.
Yeah.
And then the Raw like a week ago on average.
Yeah.
We took a week off, and so it might not entirely be fair to Nitro that we don't quite remember everything.
Yeah, but at the same time, if you're looking at some of the matches that happened, there's nothing of merit because either there were stupid wins, like the Meng and Chris Jericho match, and then there were DQ finishes on... Oh, no, that's Raw that had the DQ finish. They were just stupid matches. Matches that don't really get you anywhere. And that's sort of the thing is, like, it's a lot of filler. More filler than Dragon Ball Z. Anyone who gets that joke. And it's... The only good things about it were the promos. And I feel like that's this thing with Raw, too. It was just the promos or the behind the
it's basically Austin and Brett.
Yeah, Austin and Brett. All that stuff was great. The matches...
Not so much.
Who fucking cares? Yeah, worst match is the Tiger.
Yes.
While you sing, whatever.
But luckily they just put it as a backdrop to what was actually interesting.
Yeah. Thank God.
Well, I guess, yeah, I'll go with Raw. Yeah. This is where it starts to become like... it's Raw, but not as a wrestling show.
Yeah.
As like an entertainment spectacle.
That's how Raw is now. Apparently.
Honorable mention, match of the night. I know it's probably not like technically a match of the night, but I'm just gonna go with Nash or Six. Six versus Mysterio because Nash does the coolest powerbomb ever.
It's painful looking. But what was your favorite match? And if you actually did have one, why? Let us know in the comments.
I'm Spencer.
I'm JD.
This is
The Heel
Turn. Thanks for watching.
Stupid.